Well, watching Notre Dame on tape, watching their games this season, you have to be really, really impressed with their ability to score the ball. And tonight, they were all over the glass. They had 17 offensive rebounds, which again becomes a major concern for me because that's 2 games in a row where we've given up a lot of second shots. But we shot the ball, moved the ball, shared the ball, did everything offensively that we wanted to do, and it worked very effectively. I'm very, very proud of Anthony Lawrence Jr. We call him AMP. And AMP had gone through a period where he was not playing at all, not playing much. Yet in the last few practices, he was terrific. And we actually played him at the point of our scout team to simulate Demetrius Jackson. And he did one heck of an imitation to the point where I felt like, you know, if he can handle the ball like that against Angel Rodriguez, he gives another weapon offensively that we could really use, what I call a transporter, where he can take the ball from point A to point B either by passing it or dribbling it. And he did a great job tonight. He made some threes, but he was our leading scorer. We're going to need him to rebound better so that we can play him more. But overall, a great team effort, and very, very happy to come away with a victory.
What was your decision, what went into your decision to put him in at that moment? I think Kamari had maybe had a second turnover. What
Oh, no, it had to do with Amp's practicing.
Yeah.
Didn't have to do with anybody
You were gonna
else.
put him in no matter what.
Right. I was thinking to myself, I'm going to use Yvonne to sub for Tanya, and I'm going to try Amp, and I mean try Amp, to see. He hadn't played in a long time. A lot of times you're a little rusty, maybe a little uncomfortable, and the other guys haven't played with you a lot, so you're like, you know, why are you putting him in? So it was a little bit of a gamble, but early in the game I felt I wanted to do it. So, you know, he was so good in practice that I felt like, you know, his spirits are very, very good. There was a time when his spirits were down, and I understand he's a freshman. He wasn't getting as much playing time as he probably thought he was going to be getting at that time of the season. But now he gives us another dimension, and he's going to be rewarded for that as long as he plays as hard as he does and as long as he'll rebound, because he's not playing the one for us. We got 2 really good point guards in Angel and Jaquan. We need him at the 4, where he is very good going against a 4-man. Like the first play he made to start the second half, he drove baseline and laid it right in. Those make it hard for that 4-man defender who's not used to playing someone who can straight line drive as well as he can.
Jim, how critical was the last 3 minutes or so of the half, on both ends? And he had some runouts. There was a couple threes in there, and the lead got to 12 or 14, whatever it was.
Yeah, I thought we were playing really well throughout the half. We actually played more zone tonight than we have. And at several timeouts, I used the zone for 6 points. So if we give up 6, okay, now it's time to get out. And at the first time out, I said, how many have we given up? Only 2. The next time out, well, we've only given up 4. So we stuck with it a little longer tonight. Right? When we played NC State, first 2 possessions, they nailed threes. We were out of it. So it's all about performance, about things working. If something works, you stick with it. If it doesn't work, find something that will work.
What was the message the last 3 days coming out of Saturday, besides rebounding, which I'm sure was paramount?
Yeah. Really, the message was very simple and very consistent. We need great effort and great execution. We didn't do either. And executing in all the different categories. You know, defense, you got to execute the game plan. Bonzie Colson was terrific in the first half, and I was disappointed we didn't guard him better because we knew what he was going to do, how he was going to do it, and he still was able to do it. That's also the sign of a good player. You know the guy's going to shoot a hook, he gets it and still makes it. Right? No, stop that. Make him miss. And we couldn't. But fortunately for us, they were having a hard time making us miss too. We were making some very good decisions. We were, I forget, 6 for 11 or something like that at halftime, or 4 for 11 from 3. What were we from 3 in the first half? 4 for 11? Yeah, at halftime we were 4 for 11, so we scored 12 points on 11 shots, which is okay. But I don't want to take 25, 26 threes like we did against NC State. I think if we take 17 or 18 threes, tonight we took 16 and made 6, that's 37%. If we make 7 for 18, that's the balance we want in our offense. If you take too many and you miss them, those are rebounds and fast breaks for the opponent. So we defended their 3 very well tonight, 4 for 16. We love that.
Coach, when Jaquan Newton scores more than 10, you guys have won every single game. When he scores less than 10, you guys lose. What does he bring besides, obviously, the
I didn't know that stat. Hey, you guys got to get the ball to Jaquan more and get him 10 points. Did you hear what he said? Yeah, I'm too busy texting right in the middle of my press conference. Disrespect, man. They said if he scores double figures, we've won every game. Jaquan. Well, here's the thing, and this has been a pattern. In games, especially when we're playing well at both ends, I end up going to 4 guards. We play Angel, Jaquan, Sheldon, Davon, and Tanya. Because those 4 guys on the perimeter do the best job of sharing the ball and making shots, layups, jumpers, free throws, threes. And Tanya is the best rebounder, so we have to have him in there controlling the backboards because that smaller team, we may not be quite as good at rebounding. Although when Sheldon and Davon are very focused, they can rebound with anybody. So Jaquan is obviously a major key, and he's been coming in off the bench all season long. I like that role for him because when you go to your bench, oftentimes you have a drop-off. We don't. So you're comfortable as a coach going to your bench knowing that, hey, we're going to get somebody, 1 or 2 guys, that are going to actually give us a lift so that you can rest your starters. And I like Angel and Jaquan in there together because they're both very good at beating their man, getting into the lane. And at the end of games, end of halves, you want to get to the foul line. The other team, you should be in the 1-and-1, and those guys are both making free throws at a high level. Angel tonight was only 2 for 3. He should have made that one at the end. And Jaquan was 0 for 1. So forget what I said and some of it has to do with their own personality. Like we have a freshman, I would love to be playing 25 minutes a game in Abuka Zundu. And his spirits and his attitude, his work ethic, these guys will tell you, if he catches it inside and shoots his jump hook, it's like automatic. But he's also behind upperclassmen. And yet, every day he comes to work. I think there are times for a freshman when you get discouraged because you know you're a very good player and you've played so much when you were a high school senior, maybe the whole game a lot of times, and then all of a sudden you might not even be in the rotation for a while. But I was really, really pleased with the way AMP has been the last, I'll say more than a week, but really this last week he's been really, really sharp. And I don't know if he knows that. I don't know. Players don't even think it's a difference. I'm still playing really good. I was playing great before, and I'm still playing great. But coaches notice a lot of things. Like, do you make your free throws when we're practicing free throws? Do you make your threes? Do you find the open man? Are you rebounding and defending the way we're expecting you to? So if you're supposed to be in the help position, and in practice you're not in the help position, in my mind, you're telling me I'm really not going to help during the game. And that's not what the message you want to be sending the coaching staff.
Earlier in the season, Amp had some double-digit games and played more minutes. Then there was kind of a period where he didn't. Is it what you're saying, that you saw a difference in his level of practice, or was it just when
Well,
he got into conference?
it might be that I'm just not that good a coach and I didn't evaluate him very well. I mean, we make mistakes. I don't know if that was a mistake or not, but a coach's job, the challenge is to find the right rotation. I told you, the most difficult thing I have to do during the game is not watch the game, but figure out who's in there that's doing a good job and who off the bench can give us a lift. And it's guesswork. And you base your guessing on what you saw in practice.